good conversation is an art, a blend of listening, speaking, and understanding that connects people on deeper levels. Whether it's in personal or professional settings, having better conversations can lead to stronger relationships, more effective communication, and even personal growth. Let's check out the 10 ways to enhance your conversational skills, backed by authentic techniques and insights. 1. Be present in the moment. One of the simplest yet most profound ways to have a better conversation is to be fully present. In our world of constant distractions, phones, notifications, and multitasking, it's easy to lose focus during a conversation. When you're not fully engaged, the person you're speaking with can feel unimportant, leading to shallow communication. To counteract this, try to eliminate distractions. Turn off your phone, maintain eye contact, and focus on what the other person is saying rather than planning your next response. Being present not only improves the quality of the conversation, but also deepens the connection between you and the other person. 2. Practice active listening. Active listening goes beyond simply hearing words. It involves engaging with the speaker through verbal and nonverbal cues, like nodding, paraphrasing what they've said, or asking follow-up questions. This demonstrates that you're genuinely interested and attentive. Listening actively also helps avoid misunderstandings. Instead of interrupting or jumping to conclusions, allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding. You might find that listening more carefully opens doors to new perspectives and insights you hadn't considered. 3. Ask open-ended questions. Conversations can sometimes stall when questions are too closed-ended, requiring only a yes or no answer. Instead, ask open-ended questions that encourage deeper thought and allow the other person to expand on their ideas. For instance, instead of asking, "Did you enjoy the movie?" try, "What did you think about the movie?" This approach fosters a richer dialogue, giving space for personal reflection and inviting more meaningful responses. 4. Avoid conversations as competitions. Many people fall into the trap of viewing conversations as competitions, aiming to outsmart or outtalk the other person. This mindset creates tension and weakens the quality of the interaction. Instead, conversations should be seen as opportunities for mutual exchange and learning. By showing genuine interest in the other person's point of view, you create a more open and meaningful dialogue. Focus on connection rather than trying to win the conversation. This approach fosters better understanding, deeper connections, and ultimately more fulfilling exchanges where both sides feel heard and respected. 5. Embrace silence when necessary. Many people feel uncomfortable with silence and often rush to fill gaps in conversation with unnecessary chatter. However, when used appropriately, silence can be a powerful tool. It provides space for reflection and gives the other person time to gather their thoughts, leading to a more thoughtful and considered response. Silence can also be a sign of deep listening and respect. Rather than constantly trying to steer the conversation or jump in with your own thoughts, allowing moments of quiet can help create a more meaningful exchange. These pauses show that you're engaged and patient, giving the conversation room to breathe and evolve naturally. Embracing silence not only fosters deeper connections, but also encourages more thoughtful dialogue, where both parties feel respected and heard. 6. Use empathy to understand the other person. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, seeing things from their perspective and understanding their feelings. In conversations, empathy helps you connect more deeply with others by recognizing their emotions and responding in a way that shows care and understanding. You can practice empathy by paying attention to body language, tone of voice, and emotional cues. When someone expresses frustration, sadness, or joy, acknowledge their feelings instead of ignoring them or shifting the conversation back to yourself. By doing so, you create a supportive environment where the other person feels heard and valued. 7. Stay curious and open-minded. Approaching conversations with curiosity and an open mind can lead to more stimulating and rewarding exchanges. When you remain curious, you're more likely to ask questions that delve into new territories of thought. This not only keeps the conversation engaging, but also allows you to learn from others' experiences and knowledge. Keeping an open mind also means being willing to adjust your own viewpoints. Conversations aren't about being right all the time. They're about exploring ideas and discovering new insights. When you let go of rigid thinking, you make room for richer, more expansive discussions. 8. Mind your body language. Body language plays a crucial role in conversations. often conveying more than words. Positive body language, such as maintaining eye contact, smiling, and nodding, signals that you are engaged and interested in the conversation. On the other hand, crossed arms, fidgeting, or looking away can give the impression that you're disinterested or uncomfortable. To enhance your conversations, be mindful of the nonverbal signals you're sending. An open posture, steady eye contact, and relaxed facial expressions can foster a more inviting atmosphere and encourage more open dialogue. 9. Adapt to the conversation's flow. A good conversation requires flexibility and a willingness to adapt. Not every conversation will unfold in a predictable, linear fashion, and often the most meaningful exchanges happen when the discussion takes unexpected twists and turns. Instead of rigidly trying to steer the conversation in a specific direction, it's important to go with the flow and allow the conversation to develop organically. By embracing this natural progression, you open the door to exploring ideas or topics you may not have anticipated, which can lead to more engaging and enriching discussions. Moreover, adapting to the flow of the conversation also means being sensitive to the other person's energy, emotions, and enthusiasm. If someone is particularly excited about a certain subject, it's important to recognize and nurture that enthusiasm by allowing the conversation to evolve naturally in that direction. Forcing the dialogue back to your own agenda or interests can stifle the connection and diminish the overall experience. On the other hand, when you let conversations unfold with fluidity, you're more likely to create an environment where both parties feel heard and valued, ultimately leading to deeper, more satisfying, and memorable interactions. 10. Know when to end the conversation gracefully. As important as it is to start conversations well, it's equally important to know when and how to end them. Sometimes conversations reach a natural conclusion, while at other times, they may start to feel forced or repetitive. Ending a conversation gracefully can involve summarizing key points, expressing gratitude for the exchange, or simply acknowledging that it's time to move on. For example, saying, "This has been a really insightful discussion. Thank you for sharing your thoughts," can provide a courteous way to bring the conversation to a close while leaving a positive impression. Better conversations don't just happen. They require effort, practice, and attention. By being present, actively listening, asking thoughtful questions, and approaching conversations with empathy and curiosity, you can elevate your communication skills. Paying attention to nonverbal cues, adapting to the conversation's flow, and knowing when to end a conversation also contribute to making interactions more meaningful. Ultimately, better conversations lead to deeper connections, improved relationships, and a richer exchange of ideas. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content.